mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, I want to, in one swath, in the next segment, get into birther bombshell. Core City released evidence proving Obama certificate a fraudulent composite. This key article from yesterday afternoon by Paul Watson has already scrolled off the front page of Infowars.com. It's at the bottom of the featured news area of prisonplanet.com. I think I'm going to have one of my writers repost it as the top link on Infowars.com because it's so important. And we do have a video coming out. It'll be at the top of the Alex Jones channel sometime this afternoon. It'll be at the top of Infowars and Prison Planet. A key 10-minute video I shot last night up till about midnight. Aaron stayed up adding documentation to it all evening, all night until this morning. And now he's busy converting it and dumping it down and getting it ready. So that's coming up. And why is this important? The three birther videos covering the controversy in the last month had about 1.5 million views. The biggest one has 700,000 views. And why that is important is on YouTube, if you type in Obama birth certificate or birth certificate, it is the top link. And at this rate, it'll probably have about 10 million views the next year. And we've got some videos with that many views. And on Google, it's the in the top 10 searches on the Obama birth certificate is that one video. Now, that's a video I shot the day he released it. We just looked at it, hoping it was real because we wanted to move on. And, well, I'm going to talk about it when we come back. It's just this new video. I haven't figured out the title yet, but I need to do that in the next hour or so I can get it uploaded. It's encoding right now. I need to come up with a headline that describes what's happened here. And I asked my crew, White House running scared, White House launches dirty tricks in birth certificate cover-up. More proof, Obama birth certificate fake. I mean, I don't know what we call it. I mean, what do you call I'm about to cover when we come back? The White House has come out saying it's one of their main campaign issues because they don't want to focus on the real issues. You got Clancy coming out, and he wouldn't say this unless he had the proof. We've looked at it. We have the proof, but that it's a composite of multiple real birth certificates. That's what we said weeks ago from our research. Esquire putting out this fake story, breaking Jerome Corsi's birther book pulled from shelves. And even when they had to add that it was satire later, they did it at the bottom. I'm going to read this article when we come back. This is the issue. If it's discredited and it's dead and buried, why are they going whole hog after Corsi? Why is the White House in ABC News going after him yesterday, right when this new thing comes out? They are scared to death. By the way, we've got a lot of new books and videos at Infowars.com. This one I think is the best for waking up newbies. Great animated film, The American Dream, Fighting the Lying Liars, One Stupid Lie at a Time. Available at Infowars.com. Into the Fire that catches police and provocateurs red-handed at the G20 staging events. Burning police car on the front. Into the Fire. Invisible Empire by Jason Burmas. Big Brother by Mark Dice. Excellent. Ventura's new book, 63 Documents. You can get those together and get one of my films free. And where's the birth certificate? The case that Barack Obama is not eligible to be president. Well, just on the Indonesia citizenship issue, that's the big one. #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Obama Nation and senior staff reporter for WorldNet Daily. And we've got these available and discounted at Infowars.com right now if you want to get the book. And very, very important information. Of course, he's joining us tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to get into all of this on the other side. Then Dr. Paul Craig Roberts joining us, and then Dr. Steve Pieczenik as well. We'll be right back. could never happen in America, but it's happening right now. Gas prices are exploding past the incomes of millions of families. As gas prices and crop failures push high food cost, you can still get the best food on the planet from eFoodsDirect.com. Demand for food is high, but eFoods Direct has plenty of radiation-free food to meet your needs. With our new triple production capacity, you will get the fastest shipments of food in the country to help you get the most food possible. When you order 3 of any qualified pack, you will get the 4th one absolutely free. That's the buy 3, get the 4th free food special. Your immediate order will not only freeze the present low food prices, but also guarantee your food availability. Folks, I'm telling you, it is the smart move to go to eFoods Direct right now and buy 3 of any qualified item and receive the 4th one free. Get the most for your food dollar by calling 800-409-5633 or on the web at efoodsdirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633 or on the web at efoodsdirect.com/Alex. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal-Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com.
Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
Okay, coming up in about 25 minutes, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts joins us on a host of key issues, including his view on what's happening with Dominique Strauss-Kahn, now the disgraced individual who stepped down as the head of the IMF and is still in custody for the alleged rape sodomy. Then we have Dr. Steve Pieczenik joining us to cover a host of issues, and Obama's new announcement that Israel must be based on the 1967 borders. That's just talk to get the new Arab Spring movement to somehow link up with the globalist and the al-Qaeda forces they've got that are the head of these movements on record. Very complex developments on that front. And we'll get Robert's take on that and also Dr. Pieczenik's take on that coming up. Here's the headline: Obama, Palestinian state must be based on 1967 borders. Continuing, officials exploit Indy 500 to roll out new federal alert system. Indiana is one of their big beta test states. I've always pointed that out. They were the first that I know of more than 15 years ago, or right around 15 years ago, to have license plate reading cameras up. That was not classified, but not public information when I discovered it. I know the folks that have said there's absolutely no Fourth Amendment, and it's actually a bad thing. So you got some real hardcore despots up there. Okay. Good people, though, in Indiana. But they definitely have an out-of-control government. Okay. Let me get into the whole birth certificate situation. I want to be clear. I shot a special report on this last night. It'll be up in the next few hours. 10-minute report at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. And I haven't developed the title yet of the special video report, but I'll be able to give that to you by the end of the broadcast coming up here in an hour and 50 minutes from now. But I want to be clear. I was criticized 3 years ago when the whole birther controversy began, before the media even gave it a name to try to criticize it. I had Tarpley on, who had questions because I respected him, and I had Phil Berg on because I respected him. This is when Obama hadn't even gotten the nomination yet, because I knew they were guys who had integrity and did real research, and I interviewed them a little bit. But I actually got criticized because I didn't commit to it. I didn't say that I think there's total proof and I think he was born in Kenya. I said, look, my issue is Obama is the guy getting all the Wall Street money. He says all his advisors are these globalists. He's going to continue what Bush did, but it's going to give left cover to it, so the left's going to go to sleep. He's going to support torture, secret arrests, new wars. I knew that because of who his advisors were. I started making the Obama deception when he was president-elect in November, and it was released about a month after he was in office. In March. He got in January 22nd. It was released March 13th, so a little bit, about a month or so, a month and a half after he got in. And I covered the issues. I covered the facts. It's not that I'm ashamed when the media calls me a birther. It's just not accurate to say I'm whole hog committed. I'm somebody who made 2 films about Obama, accurately predicted in the first film exactly what he would do with stunning prescience. But it's not prescience. It's knowing the globalist program and who his advisors are and what the agenda is. I mean, it's like if I'm driving down I-35 and I'm driving through Temple and Waco, I know in 70, 80 miles, I'm going to hit Georgetown and then Austin. I mean, I'm following what they're doing. It's really not that hard. That's what's so frustrating about this. But to make a long story short, 3 years ago, I thought it was a distraction, but out of hundreds and hundreds of broadcasts we did, I did maybe 5 or 6 on it. And got a lot of criticism. You've heard the calls. How dare you not be covering the birth certificate? How dare you not be, you know, and I'm just like, look, I think it's suspicious. Nixon lied, Clinton lied, Bush Sr., read my lips. I mean, they lie. Clinton bombed aspirin factories to divert people from Monica Lewinsky. I get it. But I've got areas I can prove 100% that they're lying. And so why should I go with this? But over time, I did more research. Some of his records came out from Indonesia. He was Barry Soetoro on there. He was listed by the government as Barry Soetoro. That means he had to give up his citizenship. The rest of the records have been blocked. They're all secretive about his college records and high school records. And no one remembered him as a child, a little boy in Hawaii, and his mother's got this weird CIA history, and it's not just Barry Soetoro. There's this other Indonesian name on records that we do have, and then the White House spent over $2 million fighting to release records, and one of the biggest issues was they released that receipt of a certificate that anybody can go to the health department and get a print off of, and it's simply saying that the Bureau of Vital Statistics federally says that there is a filing of a record for a birth certificate for that person. And the media said, this is the birth certificate. There is no such thing as a long form. This is made up. They're lying. This is the original. And everybody said, well, mine's got doctor's signatures on it. And all these boxes and the weight and the mother and the father and all this stuff. That's not what it is. And they said, shut up, that's it. For 2 years plus. I thought, well, that's suspicious. And then Corsi's book's coming out. You've got this big Democratic operative out there saying what people want to hear. Pro-socialist healthcare in the past. Pro-eminent domain. Big globalist. Casino owner. I mean, give me a break, folks. That's mob. Donald Trump. And he's out there running around and brings up this issue. And then right after he, quote, gets discredited when the fake birth certificate comes out, he then cusses a bunch, knowing that'll discredit him. He's an actor. And I came out and pointed that out at the time. And since then, Monday he dropped out. But he is a good actor. He was almost convincing me he was going to run for a while. My gut at first said this is all publicity.